All right, welcome into the lab presented by Wolverine. We have a very special guest today. You've seen him literally everywhere. You see him here on the right side of your screen. You see him scoring touchdowns in the national championship, and you see him on the cover of the new college football game. The Lab podcast is presented by Wolverine Boots and Apparel. As America's original work boot brand, Wolverine is a champion of blue collar work ethic whenever or wherever it shows up, whether that's on a job site or a football field. That's why Wolverine has proudly partnered with the Lab podcast, as Wolverine student athletes embody this grit and resilience through and through. Wolverine is offering our listeners a special offer. Use code BLUECOLLAR for 20% off your full price purchase at wolverine.com. From rugged work boots to casual everyday styles, they have hardworking gear to get the job done. Head to wolverine.com and use code BLUECOLLAR for 20% off your order. Game. Don, man, I want to just ask you vaguely, because I literally have seen you everywhere. Catch us up, man. What has this experience been like? What have you been up to?
Experience is amazing. The way that I look at it is it allows me to become like more of a leader, more than what I have been doing my absolute best to throughout the program thus far, coming off the national championship game. And as well, I've been like really busy. So, I'm saying? I apologize to the people's text messages that I'm not really responding to because, I'm saying? Like, I'm just tired, busy, got like lots of things to do pretty much like every other day or every single day. So, keeping it humble and as well, just having a lot going on.
Listen, we get it. The fan base gets it. Your friends get it. You're on a mission right now. That's understandable. That's what comes with the pursuit of great things. And you mentioned leadership. I literally have that question in your growth. I want to get to that. But listen, it is a big day. It's a big summer. There's been so much anticipation for this new release, like the re-release of the college football game. And I just want you to take us through this. When did you find out you were going to be on the cover? What is that process like? I just think that's such a cool thing to explore with you. If you could kind of give us some of the behind the scenes.
Yeah, so my guy Ty, who works at EA, he DM'd me on Twitter. And I don't like really open up DMs. And he was just like, this is from EA. He's I'm from EA, and we have like a really special deal. I thought he was trolling. You know what I'm saying? Like, people
Right.
just saying random things. So, I don't like ever open up anything. That's why I get representatives for get in touch with them. And then my peoples told me that EA wants to do a deal with you. And I'm like, what's the deal? And I was like, they want you to be on the cover. I was like, oh hell yeah, like, oh for sure.
To celebrate the launch of the game, the first 25 full-year signups for Champion Circle's Victors membership will receive a copy of the new college football game signed by cover athlete Donovan Edwards. All covers will be numbered and are extremely exclusive, so act fast. Head to the championscircleufm.com or use the link in the description of this video to become a member today.
Oh, and it was a no-brainer for me. If it was a free deal, I would take it regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I found out that was in like early May, and then we're getting everything scheduled and getting making sure that me, Travis and Quinn's, like we were being able to go to the Cotton Bowl together in Texas so we could do the shoot together. Aligning our schedules. So it was a very fun process being able to meet those guys. And I was telling Trav I didn't tell him like personally, but like one of his like content creators was saying like what do you know about Travis? So I was like, I know that he's a hell of a person, a hell of a player. I was watching the HBO series when they were at Jackson State.
Yeah.
I was watching that. It had to be like 2 years ago or something, and he had like a high ankle sprain, and he was doing his absolute best to come to like to play the next game. I respect it. Like I had a high ankle sprain. I was like, it must be broken or something. You know what I'm saying? Hurting. And getting to meet Quinn too, it was great because we play in week 2, and I was telling the guys too that this is a great experience for us because regardless of how anything shakes out, like nobody could take this experience from us, or nobody could say that we don't deserve it. So
Yeah.
it's
Man, I gotta imagine that's one of the coolest parts, and I think it's really cool how they had more than just one athlete on the cover. And like you said, like they can't take that away, but like you were selected, and that's something you'll show your family one day. You'll take that with you, and this is such a monumental moment in the history of this game. Like what, but it's also like a lot of weight. I mean, does it feel? Do you feel that at all? It's a cool experience on one end, but like, hey, you're up there with Travis Hunter and Quinn Ewers, and of course you're Donovan Edwards too. I'm just curious, like how you're processing that. It's pretty cool.
I mean, the way that I look at it is, so I look at my last season like it wasn't what I expected, nor was it what the people expected. Like I wanted to go to the NFL after my junior year. I said it publicly and all that. I said it in, in articles. And like I really wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be 3-0, but I realized, God has a different plan for me. And, for me to come back and then being blessed to be on the cover of EA and to be a leader amongst this team, man, to rally guys and to give back to the community and, call myself a man of the people. You know what I'm saying? Like I realized that I made the right decision to come back, because I had people tell me in my ear, like, I could go the earliest of third round to the fifth round, and I believe that I could have still went to the NFL. I would have got drafted, but I feel like I made the right decision, and to continue to work hard every single day, and to know that I'm going to cover EA, and I love it, appreciate EA, but I have to do my absolute best to uphold myself and my guys too, because like now I'm looking at myself like the EA thing is cool, but I have to grind. I have to get better every single day. Like, I'm blessed for everything that's happened for me, but at the end of the day, like I have to perform on the football field, or like what was the point? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Right. I know I can't ask this question to everybody, but I feel like you're kind of inviting me to ask you this. And I can hear it in your voice, like the hunger. You kind of mentioned, in a sense, being reborn. Like like you've examined everything. You've taken on a bigger leadership role. You could have left, but you didn't. And last year didn't go as well as you wanted. Like, is it could it be a good thing? Like, has it? Do you think last year could be a catalyst for you to even go to places you wouldn't have gone otherwise if everything went easy for you?
100%. I'm a firm believer in the experience that we go through define our character and who we are as people. So, like not getting the carries that I want. I could complain and I could, and moan what I'm trying to say. I could do all
Yeah.
these things, but I could sit here and say that I didn't. I supported my teammates, and that goes for me this year. It's like I did that. Like I didn't complain, I didn't B word or moan, you know what I'm saying? And I was the best teammate that I could possibly be. And I think that the guys amongst my team now, like they seen that the fact that like I rooted other guys on,
Mm-hmm.
even though I wanted my carries, I didn't curse on my coaches. I didn't shun God. I didn't turn my back from him at all. I was just taking the experience head on and, just dealing with the fact that, I just feel like everything that I went through since my freshman year, I was coming into college expecting to be to be an All-American, be an All Big Ten, and it didn't happen. I didn't play until the game of Maryland,
Mm-hmm.
and then going to my sophomore year, expect it was a really great year, but then going my junior year, like all these expectations I put on myself to now where, what I'm saying, some of those things were fulfilled, some weren't. I was at the top of the mountain, I've seen the high, and I've seen the really lows. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like now, like I could, I'm me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I seen the highs, I seen the lows, and so I'm just gonna stay in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. It's I just think about leadership even just in recent Michigan history. And I think one of the coolest things about like this era is the chance to talk to you and for you to tell your story a little bit and share some of this. And it speaks in the culture too. But I look at Blake last year, overcoming an injury. I think of Mikey Sainristil switching positions. I could go down the list. Even Aiden Hutch, like, way back when this thing got turned around, like I look at what he had to overcome, what the program had to overcome, what Coach Harbaugh has had to overcome. And it's almost like in order to be a great leader, in order to reach your height, that's every movie too. You don't have a movie without trial. It's part of the script, right?
Oh, for sure. You have to straight. You know it oh so well. And that's something I've been trying to do my best to relate to the people. Like every great person has struggled amongst their life. Like without them getting to this like really highs in their life, they had to go to they had to scratch in the valley of darkness. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna be able to climb the mountain from being already at the top of the mountain. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be at the bottom of the mountain or in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Depends on circumstances and situations, but you're gonna have to climb that mountain regardless. And Blake did it, Mikey did it, I've done it, Hutch did it, you've done it. You know what I'm saying? All successful people have climbed the mountain from being in a space of darkness.
It leads me to a question, because maybe that you could look at it the same way with the team, in the sense of, look, you're coming off a national championship run, 15-0 season, absolutely remarkable. And then, Jim moves on, he goes to the NFL, and now it's the Sharon Moore era. And look how much talent Michigan lost that's getting drafted. And oh my gosh, Ohio State's roster is loaded. They certainly are. Oregon's roster is loaded. They certainly are. And it's like, now all of a sudden the team is facing some, adversity and challenge. In a sense, is that refreshing after how successful you guys have been? Is it good to have something to battle with every single day, especially in the offseason?
Honestly, I don't think that we care.
And you don't even look at it like that.
I say that we don't care in the sense that it's us against everybody, as it was last year. The way that I've been looking at it is, you can look on the offensive side of the ball. A lot of guys haven't, including myself, haven't been in a position to where your number's called on every single play, right? And including myself, I want to be one of those guys where my number's called on every single play, and I want the coaches to rely on me. And same thing with all the guys on the offense. So it's we lost. I remember C Love is the only returning starter on the offense. So it's like you want that pressure, you want that expectation, and guys are going to rise to that. You know what I'm saying? Guys have been hungry. You know what I'm saying? Guys have questioned why am I not getting my number called? Well, your number's being called now. Let's go make some money. Let's go prove to people why you should have been having your number called on this whole time. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the boat that we're in, and guys are going to rise to that. And we've been pushing each other every single day. Thing that pissed me off today, actually, it happened. So we were carrying med balls, the outside of the field house, the open field.
Yep.
To the other side where now it's it's either those who stay, or it's the who's got it bearing us. I don't think it's who's got it on that side. But anyways, we had to walk to where basically the field hockey field is.
Okay, yeah.
So we had to walk there and then walk back. Or no, one guy had to take it there, other guy had to take it back. So I went with KB. KB took it there, I took it back. And then Derek Moore and Ike, they were damn near harassing me. You know what I'm saying? Like in my way. I'm like, bro, move. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm envisioning me just going through a defensive line. That's just we're pushing each other. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate them pushing me, because Lord knows that I've been trying to push them. So, you know what I'm saying? We're all corresponding. We're all pushing each other to be the absolute best that we can. I mean, we're going to overcome adversity. You know what I'm saying? Whatever people are saying about us, we see it, but we don't care. You know what I'm saying? Where it's us against everybody at the end of the day.
It's crazy. That's maturity too. It's rather than you don't need the outside noise, because you're already pushing yourself, to the highest level as it is. Your goal, there is no outside noise that could set higher goals than what you guys have already set. I want to go back to the cover a little bit, because I was curious for you. So the last time this game dropped, we're looking at a decade. It's
sure.
How old were you when the game originally came out? Were you a fan of this series growing up? Were you playing this game growing up?
It's about 11 years old, right? Yeah.
Should have been 10, 11. Yeah.
I was definitely playing with my homeboy, Sterling Miles. And you know what I'm saying, playing the game in his room. Very fond memories back in the day. Shout out to the Nard Robinson.
Okay, so then that's the other thing that's really cool about this is the last game was a Michigan Wolverine, and this game is a Michigan Wolverine. Obviously, fitting coming off a national title. Like, what does that say to you? You know, about the University of Michigan being represented on the cover?
For sure, it's a great honor to be able to represent Michigan, and it also it really speaks testament to what the University of Michigan has built. You know, like we're a very organized university, and we're disciplined. We do our best, and we overcome adversity at all costs. And you know, for EA to choose me to be a selective person on the game is an honor, but it's a real honor to be able to represent the University of Michigan because it's a lot that comes with that. You know what I'm saying? Because the university is like such a prestigious place, and it's very hard to get in here too. And like you're always grinding, you're always doing your best, and that's whether you're a regular student or you're a student athlete. Like you're grinding every single day, and you know what I'm saying. It's just like how we say in the football world, it's a standard. It's a standard for the University of Michigan, and we're going to always uphold that, and that's not going nowhere.
I wanted to ask you that just because I think about, the journey the past decade and how, like, we even just talked about it after Denard, the program, kind of, stuttered a little bit. It wasn't that successful. It was tough times, and it's taken a while to get back here. And it's almost just another kind of notch on the Michigan Wolverine belt to say, like, hey, you got to start including Michigan with the best programs in college football. And I kind of wanted to pivot because you've talked generally about, your summer and how much you have going on. Like, man, take us behind the scenes, how you're balancing all this too, because you're talking about travel, you got workouts. I know, like, there's award shows and you got class and other NIL responsibilities.
Yeah.
Like, what's that like? What's the summer been like?
For me, is very keep it simple. I keep the main thing the main thing. I'm locked in on football at all parts of the day. Yeah, I'm gonna play the video game, you know what I'm saying, at night. But I'm keeping the main thing the main thing. Like what's on my mind 24/7 is my golf swing. and the guys that I'm going to war with, and the coaches, and doing my absolute best every single day. And this goes for everybody, if you're not performing on the field, you're not going to get the endorsements that you want or the accolades that you want. So as you already know, like, you got to keep the main thing the main thing. I'll do the travel, I'll do the deals. That's cool. But like, while I'm waking up, like, I have to be self-motivated every single day to give my absolute best in an hour, 32 hours that, for in the weight room and the training cycle for us.
How is your golf swing? I know you play chess too, right? Like, you're kind of a Renaissance man. Like, you're into some of that.
I just got into golf probably like almost a month ago. Inconsistent is the word.
That's understandable. Getting started.
I went to the course. It was my first time with Jake. Both freshmen, Jake and Blake Frazier. Went to the course with them. I told Justin I was shooting pars.
Have you shot a par yet?
No, par +5, but you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Par,
we all start somewhere for sure. You got some clubs? Like, what's the club situation?
Yeah. I did something dumb. Like, after like my first lesson, I want clubs, getting clubs. I bought $2,000 worth of clubs, you know what I'm saying, bag and all that. So it's pretty penny, but you know what I'm saying. But
hey,
I want to get good, believe that.
Yeah, well, if you're buying clubs like that, you kind of have to. I mean, pre-NIL, bro, I was at like Play It Again Sports, like a $200 set. Now I have nice clubs, and it really doesn't. I'm not that much better, anyways. But it is nice to have a nice bag, I guess, right?
I pretty much go to the range every single day. Still not getting better, but it's getting there though. You know what I'm saying? It's going. The balls is going more straight. Like my drives yesterday, they were like way better than theirs yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Especially for my first time on the course. But yeah, I was hitting pars +5, but you know what I'm saying? still par fives. You feel me?
Hey man, better today than yesterday, better tomorrow than today, right? Shout out to
Oh,
Coach Harbaugh. But
that's
like,
great.
you got to enjoy this. Camp's around the corner. Can you
100.
just what's this? This it's all I remember now, where you can almost feel the butterflies in your stomach a little bit because the season's really here. I even feel it. Like we
Yeah.
have Big Ten Media Days coming up. I'll see you out there. What's Where's your heart at? Where's your soul at? Where's your mind at this point in the year? What's this season like ahead of the camp season for you?
I think about like the season. I'm getting goosebumps. I think about the season every single day and just visualizing, like how the games are going. My coaches, Freddie J and Tony Alford, have elevated my game as a running back. So I've been taking what they have taught me, and I'm like actually visualizing, and like so when I get on the field, it's more easier. But I mean, I of course, like I'm nervous, but I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
And like every game, you nervous. Of course, I'm nervous, but I'm ready to go. Like I'm dialed in. I'm locked in. I can say that I've been doing my absolute best every single day, preparing for this season. So, you know, I'm ready. I'm ready to get money.
There's no doubt, and I do want to ask you a little bit about what you said earlier, because you've talked about the importance to I thought we talked about this at spring, or someone had mentioned this, where like you kind of did a self audit where it wasn't just football. It was like, hey, you wanted to be better in the classroom. You
Yeah,
wanted to be a bigger leader. Certainly you wanted to be better on the field. You wanted to be more active in the community. Like what was the moment in time where you're like, okay, like this is what I have to do, and kind of what does that look like for you as you've kind of taken on that role? Like, can you give us some examples, any stories in terms of how you're applying that?
yeah. So I'll take it back to it was probably before. It's probably like week 9 or 10 of the season, maybe 8. Maybe it may have been like right before Nebraska, where I was like taking a knee and like I had felt the fire like back in my soul, like what really makes like Donald great. You feel me? I felt that back in my spirit. You know what I'm saying? So like, I was like really like on my grind, like again, you feel me? Because I was like really unmotivated. I'm like, dog, like I know I'm gonna come in here. I know I'm gonna get maybe 6 carries. I know I'm gonna go in on third or all third downs and pass pro come out the game. It's like you feel me? Like you just know like you're better than that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like nothing on Mike Carter, Blake, like you know what I'm saying? Like we're winning games, like by all
Yeah.
means. But you feel me? It's just like I like you think differently. And Coach Carter tell me straight, I was just like I'm just not performing the best that I should be. So I get that, you know what I'm saying? It's a tough pill to swallow, but I get that. I gotta do better. So I think we'll like really switch like the like classroom and community stuff and being a better leader. I was talking to Chris Bryant maybe like 3 days before the Natty game. Was it the Rose Bowl? Had to be in the Natty. I was talking to him about like 3 days before the Natty, and he was just telling me like, because I was like, what should I do? Should I come back? Should I go to the league? And he was like, what's your pros and cons? I was telling him all my pros and cons. I made the decision myself, like, yeah, I have to come back. Or not I had to, I want to come back. You see what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
he was just telling me that, like, I don't have to be Blake, but, like, I could do similar things. And that's those things are already in my heart, you know what I'm saying? Like, talking to kids. Like, I'm a big, mentorship guy. Like, I give kids my numbers. Like, if you need me, give me a ring. I ain't give you no money. You know what I'm saying? But like I give you like gems, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell you like the game, I tell you like what's real and what's not, like what you should do or what you shouldn't do. And what you take with that is what you want to do. But I was just telling him like he really instilled that in me. And like Greg Carden, he always told me like if you go really hard at the things that you don't like to do, imagine the things that you would do what you love to do.
Mm.
For me, that's school. I keep it real. Like that's school. You know what I'm saying? So like I finished last semester with a 3.2. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? So it's like I'm going hard at that. So it's like imagine if I'm going hard at that. Now like how would it translate to that on the football field?
Mhm.
I think it's been translating. You know what I'm saying? Like I finished number one in the attack program. And it's like I'm gonna cut like I don't want to say it, but like if Donald's having all these great things from cover of EA, he wants to be a great leader. He's on the number one KPI. He's getting, like great reports from his teachers. What's stopping you? Why can't you do it?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like something like stuff like that is like a message I want to relate to my teammates and to like the community, like, you know what I'm saying, like me preaching when I have to preach. You know what I'm saying? Me giving glory to God when I, you know what I'm saying, any opportunity that I can. Or like just doing small things like impact people, like, like make them feel loved, or, even though I'm on a pedestal now, where it's like I remember the times when I was down, so I was like, I'm gonna show you love at any point and all times that I can. So I may have went off topic.
I really appreciate it because also too, like when you're talking about, giving to your teammates, you're doing all those things. And then once you have success on the field, though, everyone's looking at what Donovan Edwards is doing. So once you're doing all this stuff and the success follows, they say, oh, that's what success looks like. And all of a sudden you have a culture. And I think I appreciate you sharing last season too, because like that's part of being an athlete. Like that's part of the process. Like it doesn't come natural, easy. That's been a theme we've talked about. Like you had to do some self-reflection. Through that, you've discovered new heights. And through that, you might lead the team, hopefully, to new heights. And you talked about if you can pursue greatness in the things that don't come easy to you, how easy it is to pursue the things that you really want to do. To me, is like part of that. I'm hearing part of that is like, hey, you just decide never to turn off the pursuit of greatness. And in a sense, it's almost less exhausting to have to remember when to be great and when not. You're just saying, hey, I'm Don Edwards. I'm going to pursue the highest height that God has set out for me in all things anyways.
Thanks.
It's amazing, bro. It's really amazing. And I appreciate you sharing that. And I think the fan base is going to appreciate hearing that too. It's a really beautiful journey. And I'm grateful to, have been, talking about it with you throughout these years, bro. It's been fascinating for me to watch. So
in the fact too, like everybody needs help. Like Claiborne Green has helped me out tremendously. Freddie J helped me out tremendously. G Hart has helped me out tremendously. Mike Hart has helped me out a lot. So I've had a lot of people like on the way, like really help me, become the man that I'm becoming. So shout out to them. It's more people too, but like just those like four guys, like really like, they really, like help me out like in a time where I'm like, bro, this is some BS. You feel me?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Hey, I got double down because Claiborne Green was the academic counselor when I was there. Greg Harden would speak to us, back when I was there. Mike Hart wasn't there, but we all know his greatness. Big Chris is another one. I played with Big Chris Bryant.
My bad. But CB, Jared Wengler helped me out a lot. My bad, CB. Shout out to you. My bad, bro.
Hey, and maybe our viewers can show some respect down in the comments, because there's so much that goes on behind the scenes to make it a season special and to let a team win a championship. And you just named off a ton of names, so we appreciate you guys. Last question for me here, Don. What going into this season, if you could kind of talk about personally, what things you're most looking forward to? Like, let's just say this season goes exactly as planned. You talk about visualizing and writing out your goals. What does that look like for you?
Honestly, nothing individually. Like, of course, like, you want to win a Heisman, you want to win a Doak Walker. I think for me, though, if I could push my teammates to be the absolute best that they can day in and day out, I gain their trust and I gain their respect, which I think that for the most part, I have. Now, I'm a winner. You know what I mean? If we're winning games and we beat our rivals and we're set out to do what we want to do, I'm a winner. And the team's a winner. You know what I'm saying? For me, too, I think like if I could see, here's another thing. See, I'm you know what I'm saying? If I could spit gems to the people, right, and use a platform for myself to talk about righteousness and doing great things and overcoming any adversity that you're going through, things that I've personally been through, then I've done my job. You know what I'm saying? But personal accolades to me, they don't even matter no more. 1,000 yards, don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I will break this receiving yards for a running back. I definitely will break
You're
that.
close, right?
96 yards. Oh, I'm
Oh
definitely.
yeah, we got to get that.
Oh, for sure.
We got to get that.
But it's like nothing really personally for me. You know what I'm saying? Like how I said, of course, you want to Heisman, Doug Walker. But like, if I could be the best teammate that I could be, if I could be consistent with myself every single day, if I could get in the cold tub every single day, even though I don't want to do it, if I could get treatment every day, if I could exercise and if I could do more than what other people are doing, I'm doing my best. I'm doing what I could do. You know what I'm saying? If I could come with that hunger and give every play and practice 100% of my effort, clean up my pass protection, you know what I'm saying? Simple things with me and Tia have talked about, what y'all have to say to the people. Then I've done the absolute best I could take coaching. It's like super, like the really small things that people don't think about.
Yep.
That if I could like make them perfect, then I've done my job. And I could walk out of Michigan saying I did my absolute best in the 2024 season. People might call me dumb off that one.
Hey man, if there's one thing I'm taking away from this, I feel like it's all related.
24th season, you know what I mean? Hey man,
The point remains.
You feel me?
Yeah, yeah. Well, listen, bro, I you can always come on here and shoot. I love hearing from you. Seriously, I feel like I take away a ton of stuff every time you preach. So I appreciate you, man. I know it's been a crazy summer. Glad to see you smiling. Glad to see you shining. Glad to see you ready. You look like you're in great shape. I know you've been working out and staying active, getting ready for the season. So it's around the corner, bros. Thank you so much. Congratulations to everything that's been happening to you with the cover and all the great things that are coming to you this season. I can't wait to watch, bro. And number one in that record book, they can never take that away either. Maybe someone will come along and break it, but that's still pretty cool to get it one day.
Probably not, but hey,
Probably not.
Records are meant to be broken.
Yeah. So go ahead and break it.
Appreciate you, Jake Booty, having me on. Appreciate Champion Circle for allowing me to do this. Your boy out of here. I got a dog to take care of.
Appreciate you, bro. See you guys.